Hello, Bill Klodzy here, back with round one. I've got a mulligan in this hand. It doesn't have it doesn't have our turn one experiment one, but really it just doesn't have enough land. And the hand we mulligan to does have a turn one experiment one. Okay, our opponent's back, and we'll keep this hand, so we'll scry our land to the bottom and play out experiment one. Ooh, that's a nice one to evolve experiment one next turn. And if we find some more green creatures after playing Ivy Lane Denizen, putting counters on Drakewing Krasis is strong. Oh, we drew these in the wrong order. But that's okay, I'm going to get the Krasis out there first. The Oculus also evolves Experiment 1, so we're in good shape. And it's just going to do more damage earlier. Whoa, a Teamer deck. Also playing some nonsense. It's just going to play as much power as we can because they're on a pretty short clock. This is 2 more turns. Or they'll have to chump. Okay, so they have their own Ivy Lane Denizen type stuff going on. Our own Ivy Lane Denizen doesn't evolve anything right now. It doesn't kind of count itself. So it's pretty easy just to attack out here and see what they do. They might double block Experiment 1, which is fine with me. Yeah. So we'll kill the Simic Flux Mage. It won't get any bigger. And make Frilled Oculus bigger, and we can just counter their next play. So this is, as long as they don't, yeah, Krakenera, we'll just counter that. Unless they pay 3. And that should be the game. This means they'll have to chump Frilled Oculus. Or that. But they're still kind of priced into chumping Frilled Oculus here. No, it's unclear. Maybe they let it through. In fact, since they're letting it through, I'm not going to pump it. I'll just play Ivy Lane Denizen. Get our own stuff started here. So it's still looking pretty good. And that means Experiment 1 next turn puts a counter somewhere. And yeah, they figure they're pretty much done. Cool, so Simic versus Teamer, and they're kind of a Simic type deck. Yeah, what to do? So they had a Prophetic Prism. That's not enough reason to bring in Naturalize, I don't think. So I'm fine submitting just like this. Eventually it'll register that we submit this. You can tell it's thinking about it because the time's not going up. And they're down to 6 like we were last game, so we'll keep this. It's a little land heavy, but it does... Oh, they're down to 5. And they like their top... Oh no, they don't like their top card. So we'll see if they're looking for land or what. Bit of an interesting question here of what to play first, the Krasis or the Krasis, the unblockable or the flying. Because if we play... Oh, that's kind of cool too. I think I want to play... Well, that makes it a bit easier. I want to play the elusive Krasis. We'll get some more evolve triggers out of it. And the Drakewing Krasis doesn't attack past Metropolis Sprite so well. And they do have the 1 mana to pump it. Ooh, Hands of Binding. Well, that's pretty good here. So they cipher onto this thing. They keep our creature tapped. And now we might even want to play Drakewing Krasis to block the Metropolis Sprite. They don't have that many more cards. That's that's weird because they'll keep getting to tap down this guy. No, we can take another hit off this guy. I'm not too worried about that. And next turn we'll be able to do Krasis and Oculus for some extra value. Okay, well, they're down to 1 card in hand, so even though they have this renewable Hands of Binding, it's not going to be enough to really stop us. So what do we do? Well, we're getting to the point where we could Fathom Mage. And Fathom Mage this turn draws a card. Then we get to draw an extra card next turn. Because we'll get a counter from Ivy Lane Denizen onto the Mage. So yeah, we do want to do that. That's pretty good. So we're just going to not necessarily race them so quickly, but get plenty more cards. And they're still down to 1 card after whatever this is. Another Sprite. So we've got a lot going on here this turn, potentially. I like... What do I like here? I like Drakewing Krasis, and we can put the counter on... Oh, they might be conceding here. I feel some lag. It seems a bit ridiculous, so we'll be drawing a bunch of cards there. And we did it. Simic strikes down and takes match 1.